Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the 100 Dart Challenge. Today, we'll be looking at an older blaster, which, to be honest, it's from X-Shot, but I never really knew it was from X-Shot, because there's nothing on it that's from X-Shot at all. We're looking at the Eliminator from that weird alien thing they did with the weird sticky targets. So, this one, you can tell, is heavily modified. It's been through a lot. This one I took to a lot of my wars, and it's been through a lot. This is what happens when you don't put clear coat over your paint, and paint eventually starts chipping off. So, I got this idea from Captain Xavier. Mine's definitely way worse. So what I did was cut the stupid stock off because it was too short anyways. I did cut it a little bit too short, but it's fine. I do like how it feels. Issues I could have with this thing, because it has a spring upgrade, the prime is pretty heavy, and then the trigger also can probably get stuck on its own paint. That might happen. This thing is modified, so instead of firing one at a time, it fires both at a time. So it is an actual shotgun. So I'll fire, and then I have to reload both. There's no fire in one round. It's always two. And also, another thing that could be an issue is this thing's held together by just a large amount of hot glue. Like, look, the barrels are not even, not even parallel. Which is fine. But I've used this at, I think, 6 Borst Wars, and it has never failed me. Actually, this is always a fun one to bring out. Haven't brought it out anymore because it's been replaced in all this time. Just because the blaster's so big, I had to put it on my back instead of a holster. And now with my gear, my new gear, it no longer has that back holster. So this guy's kind of just gone away, and it's a shame. But it is fun, and this guy has possibilities. I've said that for many blasters now, but it has possibilities. I mean, the other shotgun blaster that was on the channel was pretty close to taking the top spots. So let's see how another double barrel shotgun will do. And with that, you know the drill. Let's get on to the 100 Dart Challenge. Guys, to a brand new episode of the 100 Dart Challenge. Today, we got a new container just to really spread the darts out more because I had issues with the last one. And let's just get started, shall we? You know the drill. 2 rounds. Alright, ready, set, go. Like I said, this blaster's old. And the trigger is definitely getting stuck, that's for sure. Well, the trigger is way heavier than it should be for some reason. So that's not great. Looks like when I prime the blaster, the trigger fixes itself. But for some reason, it's still a very, very heavy trigger pull, which it shouldn't be. So this is not going well so far, that's for sure. Oh, that one was a light trigger pull. Has it gone back to normal? Maybe. Nope. Still 2 fingers to pull that trigger. And loading the darts is not fun either. You have to get them directly into their barrels to make this thing. Actually, I don't know what's wrong with this. Maybe I should have kept this one in storage. Maybe I try a different finger. Nope. Still not. I keep forgetting that the trigger pull is way heavier than it should be. This blaster's seen better days. Seen better days, that's for sure. Well, at least it's only 50 shots and not 100. Well, now the trigger doesn't seem to even want to pull. I think some of the internals are very broken, to say the least. Oh, this is not looking great. That's for sure. All the battles has definitely worn on this blaster. That's for sure. Trying to just spread out those darts a bit. I'm really just yanking this trigger at this point. Try and get this thing just fire. Well, looks like it's fallen out of the top 10, and there's a dart on the roof now, so that's not fun. Let's, can I get under 5 though? Let's see. This trigger is just not working anymore, really. Sometimes it fires, sometimes it doesn't want to. That's just what's happening. At least it still has the power like it used to, that's for sure. Good old double barrel. Fun thing to use. Almost lost that dart. You saw that there. I pulled the trigger, nothing happened. I released the trigger, pulled it again, and it fired. Strange. Ugh. This is not looking good at all. Very bad. Final 2 though. This was just terrible. Trigger just doesn't want to work anymore, it seems. Like, it doesn't even try to go back in place. Before it was working okay. There we go, now it's better. Its spring is definitely not on the trigger anymore. That's an issue. Alright, well, is that the worst time we've ever had? That might be the worst time we've ever had. Man, what's with these 2-shot blasters being terrible? Some of them are good, some of them aren't. It's weird. Alright, with that, this guy had a lot of issues. Coming in at 5 minutes, 41 seconds, it falls 4 seconds away from last place, which is this guy right here, which is very strange. Both of these are 2-shot blasters. This one shoots two at once. This one shoots one at a time. This one broke on me. That's the only reason that this one failed. The handguard fell off in episode 4, if you want to go back to that. It didn't last long. I fixed it pretty easily. But this guy, its trigger just, like, look, I'll push it. It's coming back, and now it, look how sticky it gets. Sometimes it's sticky, sometimes it's not. And then when you prime it, and then you fire, and the trigger's still back. And over the challenge, like right now, it takes so much force to pull this trigger that I was using two of my fingers. Before this, I did open it and looked at it, and I'm not sure what was wrong, but I did try and help it a bit by putting the springs back in and making them sit better. So it is better than it was, but still, like, you hear that clicking. It shouldn't make that clicking sound, really. And that was its downfall. That, and also loading the barrels, because the barrels are not built well at all, because this is very old. It was just really hard to load them. Same with this guy. It was really hard to load. That's the reason why it's last. And this one had failures and hard to prime. This one is hard to prime, and his trigger had failures. And that is why these two are the only blasters in the 5 minutes range. The only two. And yet they're both in 540s. They're the only two in 5 minutes. After this is the Ultra 5, came in at 453. So, with that, this episode was not great. This is the worst trigger I've used so far, which is really a shame. I use this guy a lot for battles. It's never done this, but it has been sitting for about 2.5 years, just doing nothing. Test of time, sometimes blasters don't win. And with that, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you next time. Bye.